What's up, Muscle and Strength? I'm Fouad Abiad, and this is Table Talks. Actually, more like bar talks, but it works. So on the agenda for today's bar talk is egg sandwiches. I got 3 egg sandwiches here, 2 eggs per sandwich, so 6 whole eggs, 3 slices of cheese, and 6 slices of bread. So we got quite a bit of calories here. I got my glass of chocolate milk to wash it all down. This is obviously an off-season breakfast. It's a way for you guys to get in the calories and get yourself big, because that's what it takes, is a lot of calories to get big.
So, I mean, your prep, you look like you were dialed in, man, like really focused this year.
When I started my prep, I was terrified. I hadn't competed in like 2 years. I honestly didn't think I had it anymore. I started taking progress photos for the prep, and I was like, things don't look right. Like my body doesn't look right, my physique doesn't look the way it should. I didn't want to post any photos, and that was at like 16 weeks. 14 weeks, I'm still like, things still don't look right, man. I don't know if I can still compete. I don't know if I can still hang with these guys. I got young guys that are hungrier coming up. Like, maybe I can't compete anymore. 12 weeks. Fuck, things still aren't looking right. Why is my body not responding? But I ignore the thoughts. I just keep training. 8 weeks comes around. I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't bad. Like, things are starting to happen. Like, waist is starting to get tighter. Body's getting actually bigger and more volumized. And my strength was going up. Like, I'm like, okay, I think I still got something. 6 weeks, I'm like, fuck this. I can win this show. My waist was getting tight. Everything's getting even bigger. I'm like benching 405. I'm squatting 4 plates for like 20 reps. I'm like just crushing it. 5 weeks, I'm like, I'm winning this show. 4 weeks rolls around, tear my tricep. And I had been dealing with sore elbows. I was kind of band-aiding. I was putting a lot of Tiger Balm, kind of all that shit. And it ripped. And I had surgery the very next day. And it was a little disheartening, you know, like I had videos to shoot. I was pretty excited about the show. I felt like I'd finally kind of come back around. And then I don't know, I'm very injury prone. You know, this is the last 3 times I tried to prep when I get to low body fat levels. And people are like, well, you got to change the way you train. And I'm like, what do you think I've been doing? So this is where I'm at now. Now I'm just going to rehab and recover, and I don't plan on giving up. I just want to get my body back to 0, and then I can rebuild it from there. Anyway, what else do you guys want to talk about?
What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you in the sport of bodybuilding?
The guy called my hotel room in Houston and asked me my shoe size. I was like, who the fuck is this? They're like, oh, we're a shoe sponsor, and we want to get you like a pair of shoes, and I don't know if it was Adidas or Nike, I don't know, whatever shit he lied about. I was like, okay. I'm like, this is cool. I'm like, I wear like an 11.5. He's like, well, we can't just go by what you say. We have to come up and we have to size your foot, and we have to like check the width and everything. And I'm like, kind of like alarm bells went off a little bit. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I'm like, I'm not really comfortable with you coming to my room. I'm like, if you want to meet me at the show backstage, you know, you can measure my foot there with like other people around. It's all good. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see you at the show. So nobody shows up. I don't see anybody. I'm like, as the show, the Houston Pro was finishing, I think it was 2008. I see this guy waiting at the like side of the thing where you come up from the backstage. Hey, I called you about your shoe. Do you mind if I size your foot now? And I'm looking at this guy. Doesn't have any like kind of business shirt or anything from any company. He's not with anybody. I'm like, just like a weird dude. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, that's okay. I'm gonna pass. So I leave it, right? Guy leaves me alone. Doesn't bother me. I go on my way. Then I get a phone call at my house like 2 weeks later. Is this Fouad? And I recognize the voice. I'm like, are you the guy from the fucking hotel room? They call my hotel room? Oh, he gets all fucking weird. I'm like, look, dude, don't call my fucking house, all right? I'm like, this is pretty fucking weird. Like, I'm uncomfortable. Don't call me here. I don't know how he got my fucking phone number. I show up in Dallas at the Europa. He's standing at the rope line where you go into the backstage area. Hey, Fouad. I'm like, holy fuck, I got a stalker. I kind of like, I'm embarrassed to say it now, but I freaked out a bit on him. I kind of got in his face and I was like, dude, stop following me around. This is not fuck. I knew at that point he obviously wasn't a shoe salesman. Like, this is a very fucking strange thing. So anyway, so, you know, those things happen in bodybuilding, but that was probably the most extreme case. It's gross now. It's like cold. I'm not eating this anymore. That's it. You're done. You guys are, fuck you, you're cut off.
Just take 2 bites.
I'm not biting. It's gross now. Look, it's like cold fucking eggs. I'm not eating this shit. You fucking eat it.
So what do you think about the concept of like balance in bodybuilding? Like some of the guys we've worked with are about all or nothing. Like there is no balance. You have to be in 100% to win. Do you feel like as somewhat of a veteran in the sport, you agree with that statement, or you feel balance is important?
There's no balance. You have to be unapologetically obsessed to be great in this sport. Well, what about my family? What about my girlfriend? What about my wife? What about my kids? Okay, you have to make time, obviously, for kids. You have to make time, obviously, for your wife or girlfriend, or you have to make time for your family, but you have to understand you're trying to reach a goal. So if you've met somebody or your family doesn't get it, you have to make them get it. I'm trying to reach a pinnacle that not very many people can reach. You guys are either with me or we're gonna have problems. That was the ultimatum. I don't care. I have to reach a fucking goal, and it takes everything to get there. And if you can't understand that, you're probably not gonna be part of my life. There's no such thing as balance, okay? Not when you're trying, and it's not just about bodybuilding. When you're trying to achieve the pinnacle of success, whether it's you wanna get your master's in school, your PhD, you want to run a small business and you want it to succeed, whatever it is, you are going to be obsessed, or else somebody else is going to take your fucking spot. Some other motherfucker that is obsessed is going to eat your lunch. Now I will drink the rest of my chocolate milk. Oh, chocolate milk's so good. It's going to fuck with my stomach for sure, but it's so good when it's going down. Okay guys, thanks for watching Table Talks. I'm Fouad Abiad with Kaged Muscle. We'll catch you guys in the next video.